Okay, fight fans and fight fiends, welcome back to Manny's Thoughts. I, of course, Manny MTL or Manny Montreal. Make sure to check me out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and obviously, thefightcity.com. As usual, I'll give you guys my thoughts on what's going down in the world of combat sports. Let's get started. Okay, so we had a terrific weekend of fights. A bit heart-wrenching for me because I was unable to go to Verona and catch it firsthand. I knew it was going to be magical. I had no idea. Folks, it breaks my heart I couldn't go, but I've got some terrific news. First up, congratulations, Yves Ulysse Jr., the Gladiator, the Black Flash, too pretty and too fast. Beautiful fight on his part. Quite possibly the best performance he's ever had. And the odds were stacked against him. He had a top-tier opponent that people were more or less writing Ulysses off against. Then on top of that, his head coach got stopped at the border for a really stupid old thing that could have been solved in a matter of days, but I guess, things are a little bit tougher at the border. The odds were stacked against the kid, and he had a fantastic outing. When I tell you this kid shot a perfect game, this was a perfect fight. Everything about it was just perfect. He stepped up the level of intensity. He stepped up the jabs. He was backing up Ochoa. It was like Zachary Ochoa learned how to box yesterday. He made him look like an amateur. Trust me, Zachary Ochoa is a fantastic fighter, and it makes Yves Ulysses win that much more important. Wow, what a performance. His corner stopped it. There was a bit of frustration in the corner. He's got his younger brother in the corner. I'm not a big fan of having family in the corner, but I think the coach did the right thing. The knockout was coming, and he might have helped Zachary's career in the long run. So, great job, Yves Ulysses. Fantastic job, buddy. Great job. I can't say it enough. I hope everybody says your name from now on. From now on, you are going to be a main eventer with Eye of the Tiger. I cannot wait till you headline the Bell Center. Oh, great news for Yves Ulysses. Okay, so obviously, congratulations, David Lemieux. Fantastic win. Horrifying KO. Scared the living daylights out of a lot of people. I didn't celebrate right away. I was like, yeah, oh. And then I waited a while. It was taking him a while. He was in that deep sleep doing the heavy breathing and whatnot. What a punch. See, that's the thing no one's talking about. A lot of people are talking about there was an issue with one of the belts having a requirement that the fighter weigh in the next morning after the official weigh-in. And, you shouldn't be more than 10 pounds heavier. Lemieux's team, they avoided the whole thing. I'm assuming he woke up and he was over 170, so he was like, screw it. A lot of people are reading into it. They're like, well, of course Lemieux knocked him out. He was like 20 pounds heavier than him. Yeah, but we all knew that before. Lemieux cuts weight. We are all aware. He made the weight on the scale, and that's all that matters. What I think people should concentrate on is this. And man, was it a concussive KO punch. Woo! But the setup is what's so important. I really want you guys to pay attention to that. Lomachenko-esque, but, here's the thing. It was very tactical, and I need to say this. Chapeau, Mark Ramsey. You have been on a tear. Fantastic game plans. You're doing good, brother. You're doing good. More people should be talking about that coach, Mark Ramsey, quite possibly Montreal's #1 coach right now, doing big things. Okay, so that leads me to Friday. Obviously, Claressa Shields won her fight. She is just going to dominate. If the rest of her opposition is going to look like her opponent that night, there is nothing that's going to stop her. She just looks bigger and meaner. Her punches are just so strong. I don't see her having much opposition for a while. But don't fret, I believe women's boxing is on the rise. Stay tuned, I have more on that. Hit me up if you want to hear more about that. Now, also Friday, LA Fight Club Belasco Theater, Golden Boys, Little Show, and this is one of my favorite shows. It's a small theater crowd. I keep talking about this show, and it's for good reason. Now, the main event had Chimpa Gonzalez against Duno, and Duno was the underdog. He pulled out a hell of a counter hook and won the fight, so congratulations to Duno. But the main thing I want to talk about is Niko Valdez. This young man is so interesting. It's not just because he's very popular on Instagram and they call him the Bieber of boxing. It's more than that. He's alone. He's doing this kind of on his own. He just hired his first ever trainer. He just opened his first ever gym. He doesn't really have a lot of sparring partners. And, you know, if I'm going to be a little critical of his performance, I think that shows. I would love for Niko Valdez to put some money together and come to Montreal. By the way, the dollar exchange value is super great. You could come here for like a couple months and train. There's plenty of guys that could give you work here and help you improve. That being said, he did have a fantastic fight on his own. He had a tough opponent, and the dude had some tricks, but, you know, Niko stayed to it. It's tough right now because they're short 4-rounders he's still doing because he's at the beginning of his career. Hopefully his cardio holds up with his career going on, and we get to see more of Niko Valdez. Now, as far as what's going on in the fight world, there is plenty of news. More talk of Mayweather-McGregor. Now there's an arena that's booked, apparently. But I'm still not buying it because that arena has an exclusive deal with the UFC. And Mayweather does not need the UFC to be part of this deal. He is not interested in them being part of the deal. Their $20 million offer to him is a joke. And he would probably go to the MGM. He has no deal with the T-Mobile. So don't get overexcited, folks. I don't think we're out of the woods on that one. Now, as far as Montreal news, there's going to be some big news this week. So stay tuned to my Twitter and my Facebook and my Instagram. I'm going to try and stay on top of it, but there is supposedly some big news coming out of Montreal this very week. Now, as far as what we got going on this week, first on Tuesday, Toe-to-Toe Tuesdays, PBC is back, free boxing for all. Make sure to check it out. Friday, St. Patrick's Day, a sacred day in boxing. We've got some heavyweight action alongside some veterans. Now, the return of Kermit Cintron, the return of Edner Cherry, and main eventing Travis Kauffman versus Amir Mansour. That promises to be a good fight. If Amir Mansour is healthy, I see that being a very tough fight. Travis Kauffman, my time Kauffman, is 31-2. Look out for him. That is going down on Bounce TV. More than likely, you're going to have to stream it. It's a solid card. Make sure to check it out. St. Patrick's Day boxing. That being said, Saturday afternoon. Don't worry, it's not going to mess with what we got later on Saturday night. Saturday afternoon, because it's in London at 4 p.m. Go to the Fight Network. There's a UFC going down. Manuel versus Anderson. I don't really care about that. There's 3 fights on there I want to talk to you guys about. First up, Arnold Almighty Allen. Please check this kid's fight out. The kid's a savage. It's going to be something fun to watch, guaranteed. Check him out. Also, Irish Joseph Duffy, the first man to beat the Notorious One. The guy I'm slating to take over his weight division. He's been working hard at TriStar. I'm looking forward to him getting to fight in front of some of his fans. It's going to be a great night. Also, cannot forget the quintessential fighter. If I could build a physical being specifically bred to fight, that person would resemble Tom Breese. I personally wish the kid would give up on the UFC and box because he can box. But he is also a monster. Jiu-Jitsu, he's training with just the absolute best. He's been at TriStar. He's been in New York with Danaher. He's back home. It's just going really good for Tom Breese. He's just an all-around athlete. I've said it once, I'll say it again. I think if he would have picked up basketball, he would have been in the NBA. If he would have played hockey, he would have been in the NHL. The kid's just physically built that way. It's a thing of beauty. And then on top of it, he's mastering his skills. Just, he's a very good student of the game. And I find he picks up stuff at an immense rate. And, look out for Tom Breese to steal the show. That's my bet for the UFC. Now, as far as Saturday night, please come and join us. We'll more than likely be at the Coins Metro. Basically the #1 spot if you're a boxing fan to watch fights. Golovkin, Jacobs, it's going down. HBO, boxing again. I mean, a lot of people are complaining about the boxing world and, boxing's on the decline and this company's doing bad and that company's gonna sell and this guy's going bankrupt. And listen, man, we've never had this much fighting on TV. Ever. I've been watching since I'm a kid. I remember having to wait till the Sunday after to maybe get a little tidbit of news on the back pages of a newspaper. And then pray that a month later I would catch it on free TV. And then for months not have another fight to watch. Every weekend we got something. And this is not just anything. It's quality stuff. We're getting quality stuff. Triple G versus Danny Jacobs. This might be the closest fight Triple G's had to have, people pick against him, I guess. A lot of guys are picking Danny Jacobs. They say he hits hard, and they're pointing to what Kell Brook did. Personally, I think Triple G let Kell Brook do that stuff because he wasn't worried about what Kell Brook could do. But, opinions are opinions. Nothing would make me happier than shaking up the boxing world and Triple G losing a decision or something. That'd be awesome, because then, the Canelo would be interested in fighting Jacobs. All of a sudden that would happen. It would shake things up. But, I can't bet it against Triple G. The guy's a whole different animal. He's a whole different species. Watch the videos on the guy. Even talking, everything. The guy's not your everyday person. And when somebody's special like that, there's not much other guys can do. Miracle man or not, I don't think the miracle's going to come this time for Danny Jacobs. Also, please check out the undercard. It's a fantastic undercard. I don't have enough time to go through the whole thing, but Chocolatito! If you don't know Roman Gonzalez, please watch this fight. He's worth all the hoopla. If you just type his name into Google, you will see he is a fan favorite, and it's for good reason. Watch this fight. Come watch it with us. I'll be more than happy to have you sitting at our table or near us, depending where we're sitting. That's it for me this week. If you like the t-shirts, we'll be more than happy to send you one. Like, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff. I'll see you guys next week.